Do you ever do this? Do you ever look for a piece of wood to stick underneath one of the ladder legs just to get it to be stable? I know I do that all the time, and it's frustrating when you can't find the right size. Is there anything out there that can help us? Of course there is. This is my Little Giant leveler, and it actually has leveling legs. So now instead of trying to find that perfect size board, it's already built in. Welcome back to another Jeff Reviews for You. In this video, we're gonna take things to another level, right here with my Little Giant leveler. Here's my Little Giant leveler, where you see it now opened up. This is the shortest that this particular model can go, and the top rung that you see up here is 5 feet tall. The funny thing is, I've had this ladder for over a year, and I've been wanting to do a review on it, and I just don't, and I haven't done it, but I keep trying to leave the original paper on it. As you can see, that last little piece is just hanging on, so I'm gonna tear that off. Throughout the course of this video, I'm not gonna show you all the things that you can do with the ladder system, just what you can do with one ladder. There are add-on kits that you can purchase, but this is just what you can do with one ladder. I do like the convenience of how easy these are to adjust. Remember I said this was 5 feet tall? Well, if I twist this on both sides, I can actually adjust the ladder to move it up to a taller height. By moving up the piece on both sides, I took my 5 foot tall ladder to now almost 6 feet tall. You can continue increasing this about a foot at a time to its maximum height, which that top rung up here is 9 feet tall. Now I'm going to show you how I actually stand this up so you can see the full scene instead of just looking at the sides. First things first, I'm going to start with one side. I unclamp them there and I push this all the way up. This is just how I do it. It's easy for me. Twist these back into place. Make sure they lock back into the rung. Next side, twist them off and stand it up. Get to the part where you want to be stopped at. Now we are at 9 feet tall. And of course, to bring it back down, we just do everything in reverse. Take a little pressure off the ladder, twist these down. Sometimes when I'm coming here, I actually will pick this up so it slides down easier. I take it all the way down to the top, lock it back into place again, and do this side. Just like before, I actually lift up a little bit on the ladder so it slides down into place. Didn't lock in. There we go. Now we're ready to go again. And of course, if we're done at the end of the day, we pop in our 2 orange pieces, slide up, and head out. One of the best features on this ladder is the ratcheting leveling technology. Watch this. Right now, my ladder is a little wobbly, unsafe. I step down on this part. You just heard it click, and now I'm locking myself in there. Oh, you know what? I might put one more click. And now I've just leveled my ladder, and it's safe. To release it, when you're done, you just pull up on this orange button, and it brings it right back up. I will say that the leveling feature is only on one side of the ladder. The other side of the ladder has some very convenient wheels. Depending how unlevel your ground is, these actually ratchet out an additional 7 inches, and it's just as stable as if it wasn't ratcheted out at all. Right back in. I like to use this as an A-frame ladder, but if you're more traditional and you like the straight ladder, this can also do that. Let's show you how. At the top, you have these orange buttons, and they're really easy to push. So on each side, you can push them in, and now I can straighten the ladder. I just took my A-frame ladder that was 5 feet tall and now made it into a straight ladder, which is still pretty sturdy, all the way up to about 10 feet high there. If you want it to go back to an A-frame ladder, you're just going to push in the orange buttons on each side, and then we're going to bend it down. It's a little awkward to show you on video. Typically I use 2 hands, but let's try to roll it down. Locks into place. And now for storage, we're going to push the orange button on each side again. And bring it together. This particular ladder is moderately heavy, right? It's about 44 pounds. And although I don't mind carrying it, having these wheels are super convenient. One of the things I love about the Little Giant leveler is I can use it on stairs. Right now, this is unsafe. However, if I twist this open and slide this up, I can get myself on a rung that I can climb up and down, and it's safe. For those of you that may worry that the wheels could interfere or even cause you to slip, they're actually off the ground when they're set in place, and they're only really working when you lean the ladder down at a certain angle. So it's really safe. No ways that you can slip with the wheels. So tell me, what are your thoughts of these kinds of ladders? Either the Little Giant leveler or others like it. Have you used one before? Would you consider it? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. For those of you that worry, will this ladder even hold me? The Little Giant leveler has a 300-pound weight limit, and it's actually pretty sturdy. In this video, we were taking a look at a ladder from the company Little Giant, and this happens to be one of their leveler ladders, so what did I think of it? Well, first things first, I love the leveling feature. I am that person who's looking for any kind of stick or rock or board just to get the ladder to be level. I love that this has that added feature. I'm a fan with the versatility. I like that you can use it as a typical ladder or an A-frame ladder. Plus, if you get the extra attachments, there are a whole lot of other things that you can do. Plus, those wheels, really convenient when you're taking your ladder a long distance. In my opinion, the ladder seems pretty heavy duty. I like that it's made out of aluminum so it won't rust. Also, I'm about 250 pounds getting up on that ladder. I feel like it's stable and it's definitely something that supports me. I like the convenience of the adjustability, so I can be low as 5 feet or I can go as tall as 9 feet on that ladder, and that's just in the A-frame. You have a whole lot more height in the typical ladder, but it's really neat how you can adjust between all those different sizes. I will say you should absolutely take a look at the directions before using the ladder, making sure you're abiding by their recommendations not to have it at too steep of an angle, and that's whether it's an A-frame or an upright ladder. I thought that all the latching mechanisms worked really well. I felt like even after a year's time, I had no problems. They weren't stuck, and so that is pretty impressive. Didn't I like about this ladder? You know what? I really loved the leveling legs, but why don't they have them on all 4 legs? That didn't make any sense to me. You could even have them over there and it would not interfere with the wheels. But I found myself leveling the one side, but the other side was still a little wobbly, and I wish that I had the leveling legs on that side. Maybe Little Giant will put that out in their next version of this ladder, but that's something to me that I think was a big miss. And to be honest with you, that's my only con, is I wish that all 4 legs had levelers. That's pretty good. Anyway, if this is something that interests you, you should actually check it out at Lowe's because it's a little less expensive than Amazon. Amazon marks it up a little bit, and my guess is that's for shipping, but if you can't get to a Lowe's, I will leave a link down in the description. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for you. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. I wanted to share with you some of the specs about the ladders. These main rungs are 1.5 inches wide, and of course these secondary rungs are 1 inch wide. So if you use them together, you have a pretty good step surface. The ladder itself is made out of aluminum, which is really good because it's lightweight and it'll hold up even if it gets wet. In between each step is 1 foot, and although I told you earlier about our maximum height, you should never ever be on top of the top rung. So you should always be at least down 1 or 2 when you're using the ladder. Although I mentioned this earlier, you can purchase accessories for these ladders. They have shelves and tool storage. They even have scaffolding planks where you can have 2 of these ladders and set up scaffolding, and therefore you can walk across if you're painting a wall, doing molding or trim or whatnot. So that's pretty cool, the versatility of the system. I purchased my Little Giant leveler at Lowe's for right around $220, and that was the lower end price point. Actually, the weird thing was the 2 smaller sizes were the same price. Anyway, it goes all the way up to about $339, and then of course, if you want to buy those optional accessories, that's an extra add-on cost. Really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review of this Little Giant ladder. And you know what? It is ladder season. You got to take them out and clean off the side of your house, that nasty green stuff. I've reviewed a few products, and this one I'm going to link up right here. It's called 30-second cleaner, and you know what? It actually cleans your house that fast. If you've already seen that, I'll link up a playlist of other cleaners right over here, and I would love it if you would click on one of these links. And when you do, by the magic of the internet, I'm going to join you at one of those videos. So go ahead, click one. They're safe, I promise.